Welcome to Vertical Movement PT. I'm Dr. Cindy, physical therapist, and today we are going to do a workout routine to help strengthen our glutes so that we can stabilize our hips. All right, let's get started. All right, let's start off with a warm-up. Go ahead and start with high knees, tapping your knees up to your hands. And if you're feeling ready for it, you can pick up the pace, start going into a little bit of a jog. Just make sure that you're contracting your core and you're using your abs to pull your legs up. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to butt kicks. So you can just start off slow and kick in your booty, your feet. It's okay if your feet don't actually touch your booty. And then you can go ahead and pick up the pace and have it be a little bit of a jog, core tight. Okay, now next we're going to go ahead and move on to doing slow squats, slow sumo squats, just to warm up those glute muscles, quads, hamstrings, get our hips mobile, our ankles mobile. Just nice and slow. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to doing some jumping jacks. Nice and steady. This is just to increase your blood flow throughout your body. If this is too much for you and you can't jump, you can go ahead and just do modified jumping jacks, just like that. Okay, that's the end of our warm-up. Let's go ahead and start with our routine. We're gonna go ahead and start with some squats. So we're gonna pick up the pace. You wanna pace yourself because we're gonna do this for a minute. Really concentrating on extending through your hips here to get the full motion. And if you want to challenge yourself, you can go ahead and add a little bit of a jump for some jumping squats. Good job, everybody. All right, let's move on to our next exercise. We are going to do lateral lunges. Just stepping to the side and going into a lunge. We're doing this one for a minute also. Your core engaged, posture straight. I don't want you slouching while you're doing this. Nice and strong. You might feel a nice stretch on the inside of your adductor muscles also. Okay, now go ahead and grab your mat. We're going to go down to the ground, moving on to donkey kicks. And this one is a great one for your gluteus maximus. just make sure your core is engaged and you're not extending throughout your back and your tummy. I don't want to see any of this. Just only from your hip, okay? You should feel the burn right in your glutes. Okay, let's switch sides. Same idea here. Keep your neck aligned, you don't want your head dropping forward. This is a great one to also work your mid-scapular stabilizers, a good postural exercise. Okay, now we're gonna move on to doing fire hydrants. So since we're on this side, let's just start with the right side. Bringing your leg out. This is working the gluteus medius. This is a great one to do if you have knee pain, or knee instability, hip pain. It's a really good one to do if you're a runner. Okay, and switch sides to the other side. And make sure you're also pushing down into your hand so you can really engage your postural muscles. This is a good overall body workout here, not just your glute med. When you're doing this, make sure you're not hiking up your obliques like that, okay? All right, let's go ahead and move on to our backs. And we're gonna do bridges for a minute. This is also working our gluteus maximus. Just make sure you get that full range of motion. Going all the way up and slowly going down. All these motions, you want to have a nice and controlled movement. Your body definitely feels it more when you do it that way. Just make sure you're using your glutes to activate this movement and not your low back. Think glutes, glutes, glutes. Okay, one more. And let's now move on to hip circles, sideline hip circles. Now lay on your side here, and you're gonna make circles with your hip. And if this is too much for you, you can go ahead and just hold your hip up. Just hold it in that position, maybe even doing some pumps. But if you can do the circles, go ahead and give it a try. Make sure that you're not stealing movement from your core, that you're arching, but your movement's coming from your hip. Okay, go ahead and switch sides. You guys are definitely giving me a workout. I'm working with you. We can do this together. You should feel this in your glute med, max, even in your core, because you're engaging that to stabilize you. Okay, so that is the last one of round one. We're going to repeat the whole cycle again one more time. And then we'll end with our stretch out routine, okay? You guys ready? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and start with our squats. Ready, set, and go. You are halfway through this routine. On your way to stronger glutes, more stabilized hips, and for better and healthier days ahead of you. And if you want to bump up this exercise, really push yourself, and if you don't have any hip or knee injuries, you can go ahead and add a little bit of a jump, like a frog. Just make sure to tuck your tailbone in between your legs so you're not sticking your butt up. Okay, one more. Woo. Now let's go ahead and move on to lateral lunges for 1 minute. 1 minute. Yes, 1 whole minute. You guys can do it. And if you need to take breaks, please stop, take a break, grab a sip of water. You know your body. You just always want to try to do your best. Engage that core. So keep going on with the routine. You can start telling your core with fatigue. Don't let it. Keep it engaged. Okay? 1 more. And now let's move on to the mat. We're gonna do donkey kicks. Same thing, keep that core engaged. Movement only coming from the hip to activate that gluteus maximus. You kind of want to imagine like your heel is pushing into the ceiling. Make sure to push down in your hands to engage your mid-scapular stabilizers. All right, and let's switch to the other side. Make sure your hands are right underneath your shoulders, okay? You should feel this right in your gluteus maximus. That muscle is in charge of hip extension. Okay, very good. Now let's move on to fire hydrants. Just make sure you're not tensing up with your obliques like that. The movement is just coming straight from the hip. Like I said, if you feel like your form is breaking, take a break. Because it really matters the quality of your movement, not just about the numbers or how hard you push yourself. But if you don't do the movement right, then you can hurt yourself. Okay, let's switch sides. My glutes are getting a butt kicking right now. Good job, everybody. You're almost near the end. Okay, last one. And let's move on. Laying down to the mat, we're gonna do bridges for a whole minute. Squeeze through the glutes. And if this is too much, you can do mini bridges, slightly up. Especially if you're getting low back pain, just do baby movements, okay? Don't stress that back out. If you feel pain, that is your body's way of telling you something's not right. It doesn't mean you push through the pain. No. That's how you could hurt yourself. Push through those glutes. But if you don't have any injuries or pain, really try to get that full range of motion. Okay, one more. All right, let's go ahead and do sideline hip circles. Your side here. Really give it your all until the end. If this is too much, you can just hold your leg out there, okay? Engage your core. If you find that you're moving throughout your core and your back, do smaller circles. And then you can work yourself up to doing bigger circles. Okay, let's switch sides. Oh my gosh, you guys are almost there. And you're gonna feel awesome. Just because you do a workout doesn't mean you can go ahead and eat a huge hamburger and french fries and a milkshake. You still gotta eat healthy to achieve your goals. Okay, and you did it. You finished the workout. Let's go ahead and cool down. It's always important to cool down after your workout. So we're gonna do a piriformis stretch to stretch out the butt muscles. Go ahead and lay on your back, right leg over your left thigh, and go ahead and hug your left thigh to your chest. If you wanna feel the stretch a little bit more, right here in your right piriformis, grab your right hand and gently push your knee down. If that's too much for you, you can leave your foot on the ground and then push your knee down here. For those of you who have good mobility, you can go ahead and grab your thigh. Okay, let's switch sides. Left leg on top of the right thigh and bring your right thigh up to your chest. Whew. My left side is a lot tighter than my right. If you want a deeper stretch, go ahead and push down on that left knee. Okay, let's switch over to knees to your chest. Just to give you a nice glute stretch. You can kind of wiggle side to side. That also give your low back a little massage. But you should feel a nice stretch in your glutes. You guys should be so proud of yourself. You did it. Okay, let's go ahead and sit on up. And let's do a hamstring stretch. Feet apart, leaning forward down the middle. Whew. You can grab your shins or your toes if you want. Your legs are probably saying, thank you for the workout. But I'm sore. That's what I think my legs are saying. Okay, and now let's switch on to our last stretch. Go into a lunge, a deep lunge. Whew. And bring your right hand down to the ground and rotate towards the same side of where your front leg is at. Whew. And then now rotate towards the other side. Glorious. Love this stretch. Okay, let's switch on over to the other side. Deep lunge. Ooh-wee. Bring your left hand down and rotate towards your front leg. And switch to the other side. All right, go ahead and slowly get back up. One final stretch up. And you are done, and good job. If you want to follow more of my exercise routines, my physical therapy routines, you can go ahead and follow Vertical Movement PT. But I'm excited to see you next time, and see you later. We might have to cut that.